Have you ever imagined a vessel indistinguishable from an ordinary fishing boat on radar screens, unleashing terrifying firepower within a minute, flooding targets hundreds of kilometers away with firepower surpassing that of a traditional destroyer squadron? This is no longer the stuff of science fiction, but a reality now deployed with the Chinese Navy's South Sea Fleet. The official commissioning of the domestically developed Hailang 1, China's first unmanned weapons platform, signals a revolutionary shift that has fundamentally rewritten the rules of naval warfare. While the world remains captivated by aircraft carriers and massive destroyers, the Chinese Navy has quietly positioned a game-changing piece on another strategic plane. This revolutionary combat platform, integrating extreme stealth design, unmanned operation, and distributed firepower delivery, is far from a mere imitation or supplement to traditional warships. It resembles a silent assassin or a lethal blade concealed within its sheath. Its design philosophy and operational application mark a profound leap in the combat doctrine of our Navy. Looking back at naval history, the concept of an arsenal ship is not novel. In the 1990s, the United States proposed an arsenal ship based on the Arleigh Burke-class destroyer hull, stacked with hundreds of vertical launch cells. Its core idea was extreme firepower density, aiming to project missile firepower comparable to an aircraft carrier strike group from a single vessel. However, this approach ultimately foundered due to fatal flaws. Its massive size led to exorbitant costs, high radar signature, and questionable survivability in complex battlefields. It resembled a cumbersome floating missile warehouse, overly reliant on external intelligence support and escort protection. Once locked onto by enemy systems, it would become an expensive target. China's Hailang 1, however, charted a radically different course. It avoided the simplistic path of brute force, instead precisely addressing the core challenge of modern naval warfare: detect and destroy. Through a combination of stealth, unmanned systems, distributed architecture, and integrated systems, it masterfully sidestepped the pitfalls of traditional arsenal ships. The most striking aspect of the Hailang 1 is its sci-fi-like platform design. It innovatively integrates a trimaran hull with semi-submersible cruising capabilities. The trimaran design inherently provides exceptional stability, reducing roll by approximately 40% compared to monohull vessels of equivalent displacement. This enables stable navigation and firing posture even in high seas, a critical foundation for precision missile delivery. The semi-submersible design, however, defines its stealth assassin soul. During cruising, only 1 to 2 meters of its hull remains above water, with the vast majority submerged. This design drastically reduces its radar cross-section, lowering it by over 80% compared to conventional vessels of equivalent displacement. On enemy radar screens, its signal signature resembles that of an ordinary fishing boat bobbing in the waves, making it extremely difficult to effectively identify and track amidst complex sea clutter. This philosophy of minimizing physical signatures grants the Seawolf 1 unprecedented stealth penetration capabilities. It can infiltrate the inner edge of enemy defenses like a ghost, delivering a lethal, devastating strike before adversaries even detect its presence. If platform design provides its stealthy body, then unmanned operation imbues it with a fearless soul. The fully unmanned design delivers multidimensional, revolutionary advantages. Most directly, it eliminates casualties among valuable combat personnel during high-risk missions. This removes the heaviest psychological burden from command decisions, enabling deployment to the most dangerous, forward-most positions to execute suicide-style assaults or reconnaissance missions that manned vessels must carefully weigh. Second, unmanned operation drastically simplifies the hull structure, eliminating the need for extensive crew quarters, life support systems, and NBC protection facilities. Maximizes internal space for fuel, ammunition, and machinery, enhancing endurance and weapon payload ratios. More significantly, this leads to a steep reduction in costs. Analyses indicate the Hailang 1's construction cost is only about 1/5 that of the latest 055B class destroyer. This affordability enables mass production and rapid deployment, potentially forming overwhelming numerical superiority in critical maritime zones through swarm tactics, the very essence of distributed warfare, overwhelming numbers that cannot be defeated or defended against. Of course, all stealth and maneuverability ultimately serve that thunderous strike. The core combat capability of the Hailang 1 stems from its 48 universal vertical launch cells. Never underestimate this number. It strikes the optimal balance between firepower density, platform stealth, and cost. Crucially, these 48 cells are not isolated systems. They share the same 850mm large-caliber universal VLS architecture as China's active main battle vessels, the Type 052D and Type 055 destroyers. This ensures complete interoperability with the fleet's munitions, enabling the flexible carriage and launch of nearly the entire existing naval missile family. When executing saturation anti-ship attacks, it can carry a full complement of 48 YJ-18 supersonic anti-ship missiles. This smart missile employs subsonic cruise followed by a terminal supersonic penetration, boasts a range exceeding 600 kilometers, and is inherently extremely difficult to intercept. Imagine multiple, even dozens of Hailang 1 vessels positioned in forward stealth formations, simultaneously launching hundreds of supersonic anti-ship missiles under unified command against an enemy carrier strike group, or amphibious task force. This unprecedented wave of three-dimensional saturation attacks delivers firepower density capable of overwhelming the intercept limits of any existing shipborne air defense system. When tasked with land attack missions, it can be equipped with CJ-10 land attack cruise missiles. Leveraging its sub-10-meter accuracy, it can precisely eliminate high-value targets deep within enemy territory, such as command centers, air defense positions, and airport runways, from beyond the danger zone, transforming into a covert strategic strike vessel. When necessary, it can even carry the HQ-9B long-range air defense missile. Guided by early warning systems, it provides an additional regional air defense umbrella for forward-deployed manned vessels or transport convoys, transforming into a mobile maritime air defense outpost. Combined with its potential payload of lightweight anti-submarine torpedoes or anti-submarine missiles, it can also participate in the anti-submarine warfare chain. This multi-role flexibility transforms it from a single-function missile truck into a highly adaptable, versatile asset capable of switching roles dynamically based on battlefield conditions. The Hailang 1's formidable capability stems not only from its individual performance, but also from its deep integration into the Chinese Navy's increasingly sophisticated network-centric warfare system. Reports specifically mention it will form a manned-unmanned collaborative combat model with the Type 055B large destroyers. We can understand this as follows. The 055B, a 10,000-ton destroyer serving as the fleet's command hub and air defense core, leverages its powerful dual-band radar, integrated radio frequency systems, and command and control capabilities to occupy relatively secure positions, acting as the brain and eyes of the operation. Meanwhile, the Hailang 1, functioning as a loyal wingman or vanguard, utilizes its stealth advantages to advance into high-risk zones, serving as an extended fist and shield. The Type 055B provides long-range early warning, target intelligence, fire control allocation, and coordinated command. The Hailang 1, in turn, utilizes this intelligence to silently approach targets, launching surprise attacks, conducting covert reconnaissance, or establishing outer perimeter anti-air and anti-submarine barriers. From a broader perspective, Hailang 1 represents another decisive stride in the Chinese Navy's journey toward deep blue capabilities, advancing its strategy of integrating near-sea defense with far-sea protection. In complex maritime environments like the South China Sea, dotted with islands and intricate shipping lanes, its high stealth and formidable strike power serve as a potent tool for safeguarding sovereignty and maritime rights. Across the broader Western Pacific and Indian Ocean, serving as a complementary extension to aircraft carrier strike groups or amphibious assault forces, it significantly expands operational reach and tactical depth. The unmanned, intelligent, and distributed warfare capabilities it embodies represent the mainstream frontier of global naval development. China's pioneering breakthroughs and operational deployment in this domain not only provide a new force multiplier for its own naval modernization, but will also drive a new wave of equipment development and tactical innovation among major naval powers worldwide.